Hey there friends, Nibs again. Out here at the range today, doing a little bit of goofing around. Wanted to get out and get a couple of videos done. It is actually a pretty nice day for mid-November, getting towards late November actually. And last weekend we got, or earlier this week, we got about 6 inches of snow. So definitely winter is bearing down on us quick. So the more decent range days I can get in, the better, until all that starts happening. But I brought out one that I haven't had out since probably early summer, and I wanted to give another go with it. Shot pretty good the last time, and I was testing out some pellets with it, and I think I found some ones that it really likes. So we're going to go ahead and give it a try. But this is a Xisico, and it is supposed to be kind of a copy of maybe I don't even know what model it would be a copy of, but kind of looks like a Diana underlever, but I'm not really sure. So, but this is the Xisico. Let's see, this is the XS46u. Pretty nice rifle, especially being Chinese made. But I think it's a good shooting gun. I have it topped off with one of the Orc Air 3 to 9x40 AO scopes, and we're going to be using, I tested a bunch of different pellets, but it really seems to be liking these Sovereign Range Masters. I'm going to have to find another, these are 15.89 greens. I have to find a couple more tins of those. I have to contact Mr. Chris and see where he got those from. He gave those to me at the Baldwinsville Air Gun Show earlier this year. Gotta do something with the leading edge of this chamber on this thing. It's got a little sharp edge on it and can make it a little bit tough getting those pellets in there. But let's go ahead and reach out to the gong for starters. I haven't tried this one to the gong, so I don't know. Oh yeah, no problem. Got a little bit of spring twang there, but not too terrible. I haven't done anything to it yet, like greasing or tarring the spring or anything like that. So, and this thing is definitely not broken, and I haven't got anywhere near even like a half a tin. I don't think even. If I've got 200 shots on this gun, it's a lot. Probably closer to 100. But you always want to make sure you hold on to that cocking lever while you're putting your pellet in there, because they do have an anti-bear trap, but you never want to trust that when you're putting your finger in. If that chamber flew forward, it would crush, or worse, to your thumb while you're putting that pellet in there. So let's see, let's just make sure my camera's running okay. So I have one of those, it's a mini ARA target down there. We did already take some shots on it, but let's see, got some clear targets, upper right. Let's try that first. All right, just a little bit left on that one there. I'm really starting to dig these underlevers. I do like my brake barrels, but these underlevers seem to be just a little bit more consistent. All right, those left as well. I need to throw a couple of clicks of right in there. The scope is just long enough where it's kind of in the way to get my thumb in there real comfortable. And it's not a very long scope either, so it's not the scope's fault. All right. Not too bad for a gun, especially for a gun that's not. Every time I open it up, I got some little bit of diesel smoke coming out, so it's still definitely breaking in. I got so many guns, I don't have time to even break one in, so. Where'd that one go? Must have went in one of those other 3 holes. Guess I completely missed the target. Yeah, definitely got to do something with it. Leading edge or the back edge of that chamber. Yeah, do a little adjustment here. I took it a little to the right, hopefully. All but one of our shots, it looks like, went to the left. All right, I'm going to go all the way to the left-hand side. No, let's go just below that one. I'll go to the center row, rightmost column. All right, maybe I brought it a little too far to the right. All them shots would have been minute a squirrel though, so I mean those dots are like 1-inch dots, so. I think if I get another couple 100 rounds through this guy and throw some spring tar on the spring, this thing will settle right down and shoot pretty good. It's got a pretty decent trigger. All right, now we're getting them all, just about all on the actual bullseye I'm shooting at. The problem is it's dark underneath this overhang, but my glasses are darkened from the, I've got the transitions, and they change more when it's cold out. I don't know if you guys knew that, but they are actually activated more easily when they're cold. Oop, that one flew up a little bit. So the chamber is, I can't see. That's better. Yeah, it's easier to put the pellet in there when you can actually see it. All right, let's finish up this group and then we'll do some plinking. All right, not my best shooting ever, but like I said, she's just breaking in. got some good power though. Let's see what we can do with these. It's a lot easier to do. A lot easier to do when you can actually see the chamber. All right, let's set these spinners. Went around once. So this one does have a, to look at it, you would think this was the safety back here, but this is actually the release on the back of the receiver here. That's the release for the anti-bear trap. All right, let's hit the turkey. Ooh, I just winged him. We'll have to do that again. A hit's a hit, but I want a good solid hit. That's nice solid hit. Okay. Let's hit the pig. Got the pig to go all the way around. That's pretty good. It's pretty good power. That's squirrel and rabbit hunting power at least. Small birds. I wonder if anybody's ever hunted grouse with an air gun. In New York State, it's not legal, but a lot of things that are legal in other states are not legal in New York State. So, but all right, let's hit the ram. Look at that! Got the ram to go all the way around. That's pretty good. So I'm going to reach out to the gong one more time, and then we'll run through those spinners one more time. Just such a fun gun, really. If I could see the chamber. It does have an automatic setting safety that's in the trigger guard. So a lot of the ones that are in the trigger guard, when you set them, when the safety's on, it's towards the trigger. This one's just the opposite. When you set the safety, it pulls it to the front of the trigger guard, and you got to pull the safety back towards the trigger, which is kind of weird. But, all right, let's see. Let's hit the gong again. I saw the pellet going out there. That was pretty cool. All right, let's run through them spinners one more time, and then we'll get out of here. I'm getting a little cold. Like I said, it's in the, when I got here, dashboard of my new work vehicle said 36 degrees, so. Chicken, no problem. All of the other, I have a couple other underlevers like this that have the similar opening breech, and those ones have a little bit of a bevel on the back side of the the back side of the chamber, and this one's just straight walled, and unless you get that pellet going perfectly straight in there, it catches. So I'll have to figure out if I can get this thing apart enough to get a chamfering tool in there. And let's see, get the turkey. Yeah, I don't know why I'm just winging that guy. That's not satisfactory. Must be noon. No, maybe not. That's the, I don't know if you can hear it, the fire whistle's going off at the firehouse in town here. All right, back to the turkey again. There he is. Ooh, 2 times around with that guy. No, that's definitely a fire call. The firehouse has got like a foghorn instead of a siren. All right, let's hit the pig. Pretty good. I gotta say, these little Orc Air scopes are pretty cool. I've got one of their big scopes too. I really like that. Shooting precision 22. And these little 3 to 9s are just awesome for an air gun. All right, let's hit the ram and then we'll get out of here. I didn't hit them quite high enough or low enough to get them to go all the way around that time, but pretty good power. So it's doing pretty good. Definitely needs a little bit more break in, maybe a little bit of spring tar to get rid of that buzz and calm the spring down a little bit. But I think it's a pretty cool rifle. Definitely like a third of the cost of a Virau or a similar Virau or TX Air Arms TX 200 or anything like that. So, but pretty cool. Hope you guys liked the video. Until next time, have a great day.